Hello, collective. Welcome back to Divine Eye Mystic Tarot. What's going on? What is going on? What is going on? Hugs and kisses to all of you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. What's going on, collective? To my handsome kings and queens, gods and goddesses, emperors and empresses. What is the tea? What's going on? Hopefully you all are doing amazingly, exceptionally well. Blessed and highly favored. I know I am, child. Because, look, when it comes to us, when it comes to the Most High, He shows His love to us every damn day, every hour. You hear me? Thank Him for everything that He does, He said He would do. Thank you, Asna. Thank you, Sophia, for every miracle, every blessing that you and the Most High God has given us, gave us, continues to give us, and listening to us, and putting up what even when we didn't think that we were the problem. All right? Thank you for just being patient with us. Now it's time for us to be mindful of how to express and show that patience for ourselves and for others, on their transformation. Sending you all love and light on your spiritual journey. Continue moving forward. Keep your thoughts positive. Thank you all so damn much. So very much. For your likes, your shares, definitely your subscribes. I just can't express it enough. Thank you guys so very much for hanging in there with me, supporting me, loving on me, letting me love on you, being genuine, just being who you are. And you know who you are. Anyway, listen, we're going to pull a few cards, get a message out, but I am exceptionally well. Thank you guys for your concern. I'm sorry for the absence and my time away. Had to step back, you know what I'm saying? Had some things to do, places to go, people to see, things to do. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go. So you got to take that time when it's time. You know what I'm saying? And reboot. Enjoy some things. Take some time. Take some time. Take some time. I can't say it enough. Take some time. I know a lot of times people, are invested, in their platform and things like that, and that's to be expected. You know what I'm saying? But take some time. All right? Divine time, and take it. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you could say you're in control of, so take it. Do what you need to do with it. What needs to be done. All right? I enjoy, doing what I do. I mean, sharing my gift, with those that find it useful in whatever way. But I know doing what I do with my gifts, it helps me. It excites me. You know what I'm saying? It helps me to express and show the Most High God and my spirit team, how confident I am with it. You know what I'm saying? For them to entrust it to me and protect me with theirs and mine, all of it. You know what I'm saying? On a daily. So make sure you are doing your return to senders. Call on Archangel Michael or Archangel Metatron to do that. All right. Make sure you are doing your calling for your energy back when it comes to your balance, your cleansing, and things like that. If you haven't wrote your letters, this is retrograde. So listen, make sure you are doing, the letter writing for people that you don't want in your energy, on your path, that you are, have learned your lesson from. All right. Write those letters, burn them, and be done with it. You know what I'm saying? No matter who they are. If it's items that you have with somebody, I remember hearing somebody say, they accepting gifts, from people that don't like them, don't care for them, don't really have their best interests at heart. And the minute you accept them gifts, things start going downhill. Or the fact that you cut these people out your life, if you have any intention on them, coming back around, bending the block or whatever, trust and believe they thinking about everything that you may have, or there's any leverage they may have. So if it's items, things they've given you, that you still have around your crib and your car, you know what I'm saying? Get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Call your energy back from it, get rid of it, burn it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Put your cayenne pepper on it, whatever you need to do to it, burn it, throw it away, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But get rid of it. Alright? Don't just, be in, have your intent intact. Don't do something, if down deep you want something, or you want somebody, or you want a situation, you know what I'm saying, to get better, or the fact that you want that person back around, and you doing all you can to, pretend or go along with the fact of knowing that that person ain't good for you. You know what I'm saying? But you still want them around deep down. Know your intentions, because the Most High God know you. They know. Okay? They know for sure. So you can't fool them. You know what I'm saying? But be prepared for, what your intentions are when you do those things, when you call them for your energy back, when you, doing your return to sender. All right? Give me 3 cards, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Show me what I need to see. Just reading. What does my collective need to know? Damn, that's too many. Give me 3 cards. Give me 3 cards. Just reading. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Give me clear, precise messages. First card, can't bring myself to throw your things away. Child, what did I say? Somebody can't even bring themselves to throw your shit away. Whether it's pictures, whether it's clothing, whether it's, a personal item, whether it's something, of value, of it, maybe it doesn't have to be. But this is something maybe you left behind, or something that somebody knows that, they have. They still have it. You know what I'm saying? Man or woman. It's something, a piece of jewelry, it's a piece of clothing, or something you left behind. It's something that this person has that, and it's not just one thing. It's not just one thing. It could be a greeting card you got them for their birthday, things like that, like memorabilia, like things that they know, is linked to a moment in time with you. They can't bring themselves to throw it away. And you know who this is. You know what it is. You know what it is. Whether they doing any, my nose itching. But yeah, whether they doing anything with it, to pull on your energy, to keep you, 10 of swords in reverse, to keep you, from, they could be a 10 of swords in the upright. Like, it's a moment of time where somebody feels as though if they get away, they throw away these things, they basically, have gotten to, understanding that, there is no more you, that you're not coming back. This is the only thing they have of you. If they hope of you coming back is going to be in it, where actual, they holding on to that, to hope, in hopes that, happiness will return. They don't want to just release it right now. And they could be hearing, people tell them to get rid of it. Shit, they may have heard me say get rid of it. They just can't bring themselves to do it. You may have done it. You may have gotten rid of their things, whether it's in the phone, whether it's personal items, something that is of value doesn't have to be. Um, it could be some clothing they may have bought you, you know what I'm saying, or gave you money for it, get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? You may have done that, but they haven't. And it could be a masculine, doesn't have to be. Um, but yeah, they can't bring themselves to throw your things away. Could have left items at their house. It could have been a blender, could have been a juicer, it could have been any damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Only you know what it is. But they're things. Could be stuff you left over there for your hair or something like that. Could have been a body wash. It could have been, things like that. You know what it is. Anything else on this message? Got two more cards. We only getting three, so wish now that I could have given you the happiness you deserve. See what I'm saying? I drop everything if you did. This person would drop everything if you would give them the time of day, if you would give them a second chance, if you would, you know, answer the phone, if you would text back, if you would something, they would drop everything if you did. If you would give this person another opportunity, another chance, especially if they know you somebody that don't do second chances, don't do third chances, don't, been the block too many times with anybody from your past. Once they gone, they gone. I feel like somebody told somebody that. Or they, over time, knew about you possibly not doing this with people. Like you may have, a street rule, or you may, live by certain boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And you stick to that, even if it means somebody you really care about, being on that side of things where you didn't have to cut some people off. And you may have tried to save this person from being on that list of people, but that's a big, like I said, it's a big leap of, faith that somebody, will take if they knew, that you would. You know what I'm saying? If you did, if you dropped it, they would drop everything if you did. They may be already involved with something or trying to, use this time, to maybe entertain somebody else or being distracted, but it's not, something that they in the back of their mind forgetting about, if that opportunity came up, would they drop that if they leave that situation, if they left that alone, if they, when entertaining something, you know what I'm saying, or being distracted by things or people or situations, you know what I'm saying, they know in the back of their mind that I wouldn't be doing this shit if that person gave me the time of day again, if they, and I feel like somebody may have wanted a desire to reach out at some point and did, and wasn't sure if they, that was a good time, or if that person, had went through the cycle of what they needed to, see in that time that you may have been away from this person. So whoever this is somebody you may not have been sure of, the way they were not sure of you. When you were sure of this person, it's not somebody that you, are completely sure of now. So if they do, hear from you, it's one of them moments where they would drop everything if they felt like you would give them the time of day again. Yeah. Man, woman. But they wish now they could have gave you what you deserved. It's Four of Pentacles. They could have gave you. They could have breadcrumbed you. They could have gave you less than what they, imagined, or they may have gave you the bare minimum. They may have given to you, but not like they do themselves. Like they may have given themselves more than they've given to you. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they gave others more than they gave to you, but it's definitely, I'm getting somebody may have do it more for themselves, at a time when you were involved with them, and, may have treated themselves and, put themselves out there, may have been about status or their image or something like that, and didn't really invest a whole lot of time, into you. Didn't really put a lot of, didn't invest. It's an investment. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I remember hearing somebody out on TikTok say, do something for her sometime. Spend some money on her. Nobody's saying you got to break the bank or put yourself last, on your list of responsibilities, your priorities, but do something for her. I mean, rich dudes don't complain about what they did for somebody, 2 or 3 years ago and stuff like that. They made that back. They got that back the same day they bought it. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever they did, they got that back within hours. You know what I'm saying? That's not hurt nothing they really got going on. For real, if they got it like that. You know what I'm saying? But you rich is as above, so below. You're not going. It's mind boggling how some people will ask a guy or expect a guy to get something they won't even buy their damn self. But then you want the guy that you trying to be with or want to have good intentions for you. You want that person broke. Hmm? You asking for things or you expecting things from this person to have them broke. But at the same time, they need to be prepared, to be honest and upfront about what kind of, person they are and what their intentions are. You know what I'm saying? If, they expecting you to, have a certain lifestyle or something for yourself, you know what I'm saying? It's explanatory, and it's understandable that this person ought to be able to provide that for you if they expecting you to have it. You get what I'm saying? They shouldn't be expecting my collective, to forgive and forget if they know forgiveness, would have been something right away if this person had to step their ass up and did what they needed to do right away. So at this point now they have to, wait on timing, from the universe and your spirit team and theirs too, when it comes to something being back on in balance, in harmony, for that to be something that they see some happiness in or some type of, hope in. It's a process. It's a weight that they can't control. It's up to you. It's up to your spirit team. It's up to theirs, to award them, that opportunity. And whenever that mountain move, that's when they moment gonna be. But until then, shit, that person, whoever this is, they gonna live in a lot of regret of what they know they could have been like, and especially if they had the ability and the mindset of knowing what type of person, you know what I'm saying, somebody like you deserves. They may have known in the back of their mind, the type of person they know they need to be and the type of person you deserve. You may have made that known to them, what you looking for, how you, saw yourself or what you wanted, with them. But at the same time, this person may have honestly not told you exactly what they felt like they were capable of, fulfilling either. You know what I'm saying? Clarify, I can't bring myself to throw your things away. At the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be a Virgo, but this is somebody that, didn't have that effort. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling you, it's like somebody know they did not put in the effort that they know was required for something that they knew was new to them, especially if they had commitment issues or, was in fear of, like, if they did give to a situation, would they be enough? Would they have enough? Or something like that. But it's like, somebody just had that, they didn't have that confidence at the time. Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Yeah, somebody, when you walked away, this person, could have walked away from they, you know what I'm saying? They could have, ran away from their problems instead of facing what it was that they know that caused you to walk away. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be a Capricorn, could be a Virgo. Could be any earth sign. But I feel like somebody knows, like I said, they know what it was that they had a part in. They played a part, you played a part. Both people, you know what I'm saying? Whoever involved knows what they part in something is. And if they, it cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? Whatever somebody actions cause, we can't control the consequences. But our actions is damn sure something that, we can control and that we have to make decisions, with when it comes to us taking action. And whatever consequences come with that, in those actions and those choices, we have to accept that, live with that. take accountability for it. You know what I'm saying? But this is like somebody that's stuck. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they can't move on. They feel like they can't move on. Like they feel. I'm telling you, they feel like if they do throw your things away, that's giving them, that space, you know, with no part of you in it. They feel like they can keep you around in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But this is somebody that lacked that commitment, to work with you. You know what I'm saying? That may have felt like they didn't have enough. You know what I'm saying? Or they may have felt like, whatever it was that you deserved, they couldn't commit to it then. Maybe it was financial things that got in the way. Maybe it's the fact that they didn't feel, like somebody of value. You know what I'm saying? That they feel like you deserve. Like this person may have held you in high standard, like high regard. Like they may have put you on a pedestal. I don't think you know this, but they put you on a pedestal, and it may have been a pedestal so high that they didn't feel like they could reach what they felt like you deserved. They may not have felt like, they could give you that person or give you a lifestyle or give you, a connection with them or a relationship with them that they could say that you would be happy in, that they would be, content in. This is somebody that may feel like they not good enough, especially if they money and things that they felt like, was working at one time, like their status and wealth was one of the things they needed to get people. To get, what I'm saying, and keep somebody, or keep, or I need to work a certain kind of job, I need to drive a certain kind of car, I need to dress a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I need to have certain brands, on and around me and people need to see me doing this so they know I ain't nobody broke. But at the end of the day, this is somebody that they double down when it comes to being with somebody that does, carry themselves in a way that, it's of wealth, whether you wealthy or not. You know what I'm saying? It's the way you carry yourself. Yeah, you got the Six of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse, Nine of Wands to the Ten of Cups. If somebody went back to maybe somebody from their past, this Queen of Wands in reverse. Somebody very jealous, vengeful, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's, you know, um, would do things out of spite, and especially if it's something they feel like, they can do, you know what I'm saying, to get some dirt on you or something like that and hold you, in a space or hold something over your head to keep you glued to your seat, you know what I'm saying, because of what they know or what they telling you they'll do, you know what I'm saying, threats and stuff like that, things that they want to expose, just being grimy. Whoever this Queen of Wands is, could be a masculine, could be a feminine. But whatever it is, you done went through, hell and back. You know what I'm saying? Like you done Nine of Wands, like this is somebody that knows that, you've been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? They know you're gonna stand your ground. They know you know what I'm saying, but it's a test of somebody's faith. To trust that if they, you know what I'm saying, want something, they're gonna have to go after it and they're gonna have to be able to be aware of what they need to be responsible for. Their responsibility, they role in a situation that they're gonna be with you. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, somebody, just was not suited and booted, you know what I'm saying, at the time when they felt like you needed them, you know what I'm saying? But they can't, them things is something that they hold on to because they know the thoughts they may have had, with you was something that was something they may have felt like was far fetched. And it really just took them, trusting that, their heart would be their guide, they good. You know what I'm saying? Can't bring myself to throw your things away. Clarify the Three of Pentacles in reverse. What's the Three of Pentacles in reverse? Can't bring myself to throw your things away. Why can't they bring themselves to throw your things away? keep they bring themselves and throw the collector's things away. At the Ten of Wands in reverse with the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Could be a Capricorn, could be dealing with Aquarius or air sign, but it's like somebody now is looking at, releasing something that doesn't serve their higher self. When it comes to this Ten of Wands in reverse, like somebody's releasing like something that's too much responsibility. And I feel like this is why somebody did not want to cooperate too. Like whatever their role is or whatever, responsibility they would have had to have, in a committed relationship, somebody did not want to, or they couldn't bring themselves, to accept what those responsibilities were. Like, especially if they felt like they didn't make enough. You know what I'm saying? With these pentacles out here, like somebody may have felt like, financially they didn't make enough, or they may have felt like, whatever it was mentally that they felt like they could have contributed, to show that they were prepared and knew what their role was, and that they, would be able to take that responsibility, the accountability. Like somebody could not depend. It's like somebody almost knowing, like, I know I can't be trusted. Like, I'm not somebody you can trust. I'm not somebody you can solely depend on. If you need this or need it, I probably won't be able to do that. And it's like somebody kind of, exempt themselves, or slowly but surely acted in a way, where they did less because they had less. Even though they looked like they had what they needed when it came to them. I keep telling you, somebody had it when it came to them. Like they dressed like they had it, or they could carry themselves like they had it. But when they thought about being in a committed connection with you, like they didn't have it. Like they didn't feel like, I have it to keep up that persona. Man or woman. This could be also a same-sex situation, so take it how it resonates. Because now you got, like I said, the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the Sun in reverse and the Hermit. Because somebody want to come back with a lot of ambition and determination, but this is at a time where they know, they dealing with a lot of sadness. They know they caused a lot of it for you. But their heart chakra's activated. Like somebody now, is looking at how they not taking action in something or something like that, or not doing something in a timely fashion, like may have caused a lot of pain, a lot of sadness for somebody, or for you. You know what I'm saying? What's the Three of Pentacles in reverse with the Ten of Wands in reverse? What's the Three of Pentacles in reverse with the Ten of Wands in reverse? Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. With the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Somebody could be an earth sign with air in their chart. Dealing with a fire sign. But somebody, like I said, their heart chakra is activated. Somebody's heart chakra activated. But it's like they, may have also, somebody knew what they needed to do. Like, this is somebody that wants to be practical. They want to be consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody saying, I can do it now. I'm going to be that person. I'm going to do good. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do now. I know what I need to do. I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this is somebody, child, listen. You got the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the Emperor. Queen of Swords in reverse. Four of Cups. And they could feel like you cold-hearted right now. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That they could find you as somebody, they could look at you as somebody that's cold-hearted, or they did in the past. Like however you and this person ended things, whoever ended it, whoever walked away first, whoever, threw their hand in, you know what I'm saying, threw in the towel and walked away and went about your, your spiritual business, your physical business. I feel like that person feel like, you were cold hearted. Like they may have felt like you didn't have any emotion about something, like you didn't think twice about something and you just went on, like you never looked back. And I feel like somebody doesn't know, they may be used to people running behind them, chasing them, trying to make something right, or they may have been used to you coming back around, finding some time, to say you sorry, apologize, something like that, and that didn't happen. I feel like you said what you needed to say, whatever and however something ended. It's like somebody knows they know what their part was in something, but when it comes to them throwing your things away, like no, like somebody want to hold on to it. They want to be consistent. Their heart chakra is activated. Their heart is open. Now it's open now, but it's like them having to look at something now, like how you saw something. Like I'm ready. What's that song by Tevin Campbell? I think it's called "I'm Ready." I'm ready to love you forever and ever. They miss your loving. Yeah, somebody ready now. That's why they can't bring themselves to throw your things away. Like somebody's ready now. Like they know you know what I'm saying? You had to release. They had to release. Somebody had to release. Something that they knew, was a block for them. And it may have been, just the fact that somebody did not want to accept, or they did not, have the confidence to go toward whatever their responsibilities were. They may have been involved with people that they had unnecessary commitments with. They had cycles open. They had involvements with people, you know, um, got involved with, situations dealing with people or a certain person that really was not for them to even waste their time, or let it be something that distracted them to the point that they was not giving to the right somebody. And I feel like that's what that was. Like somebody, wants to release, whatever it was that they may have been dealing with other people. Like somebody had a lot of other things going on that they were investing in, to the point where they could not give to you and give to themselves in all these other situations. I feel like somebody with this 10 of Wands in reverse, like somebody had a lot of different things going on that required their attention, their time, their money, their presence. You know what I'm saying? And it got in the way of them being there for you. But they releasing that, or this is what you releasing yourself from, you know, because I feel like somebody definitely, was not ambitious or confident enough to say that they would be enough, you know what I'm saying, to fulfill whatever role they needed to fulfill, especially when it came to what they felt like you deserved. And you may not even be asking for much, but they want to come back with some type of consistency now. Or they're afraid, that you're going to find somebody that's going to come towards you like that and give you exactly what it is you deserve. They know you worthy of it. Got the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So somebody now, is using their imagination. Like they exploring different things, you know what I'm saying, that they could have done, things they could have went to, they could be getting out, they could want to travel, they could want to travel with you. But it's like somebody now, is having this eye-opening moment. You know what I'm saying? Something was an eye-opening moment for them. And it's like, what do you want? How do you see yourself? Is what you're doing, actually making you happy? And if it ain't, why are you doing it? You know what I'm saying? What is it you know you want to do? Why aren't you doing that? That kind of thing. Which now that could have given you the happiness you deserve. Clarify. Which now could have given you the happiness you deserve. Yeah. Got the Five of Swords. Aquarius energy. With the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Aries, Leo, Sag. So somebody feel like now, whatever passion, that you had for them, they feel like it's gone. Like because they, were dishonest, they was not truthful. You gave them honesty when they gave you lies. You were willing to, compromise, with them, work something out, come to some type of balance, but this person couldn't bring themselves to accept how they saw themselves with you. You saw yourself with this person, but they couldn't bring themselves to see things the way you saw it. And you may be a simple, person, real down to earth, very grounded, but also, very aware of what you want, regardless of what your situation or circumstances were at the time. This person may have taken, their image and their status and a lot of that very, seriously, or they was looking at that as a way to help them land the person or bag the person that they feel like they wanted, but they get the person they wanted, and it's like they don't feel like they can commit to that person though, long term, or just that person, because they know what the responsibilities and what they gonna be held accountable for, and they didn't want that. It's like somebody wanted to be able to entertain the thought of having the perfect person, or for them, especially if they didn't think somebody like you existed, like somebody can't be like you. They always gonna be like this. I'm always running into people like that. I'm always running into a feminine or a masculine like this. And they may have felt like, walking away, when you walked away, like, this was just like an average person. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, really have no type of feeling or effect, by this person walking away, but they did, when they came to you. And they were just fooling themselves. But this is like somebody now, realizing that lack of direction they had. Like somebody was not focused, like they were not, looking at how something looked from your perspective. Like, they may have, blamed other people for their connections ending or losing a job, or, something not going so well with different, somebody says, man, I just don't get along with nobody. I don't know what it is. Yes, they do. They know exactly what it is. It's just things that they don't want to admit that everybody been saying is right. They don't want to, look into them things that people keep, talking about or bringing up, because they don't want to believe that that's a problem. Because people still find the time to deal with them or tolerate them. But it's not love, it's toleration. You know what I'm saying? But they know now, you know what I'm saying? They wish now they could have given you, the happiness you deserve, but this person was dishonest, you know what I'm saying? And now they feel like, they on the losing side of things, because they feel like the passion that used to have for them is gone. They feel like you don't desire them anymore. They feel like, that whatever pull or whatever emotion or whatever, they had with you is not there anymore. Like it's like meeting a new person or having to start completely over. What's the Five of Swords? Which now I could have given you the happiness you deserve. Which now I could have given you the happiness you deserve. Clarify. Give me some more on this. Which now I could have given you the happiness you deserve. Yeah. Page of Pentacles. And they seen you as somebody faithful. They seen you as somebody, that was very stable. They seen you as somebody very trustworthy. They seen you, they know you as somebody to be, or they looking at themselves as somebody that they know they could have been to you. But I feel like this is how they saw you. You got the devil at the bottom of the deck now, with the Nine of Swords in reverse, to the Justice, and the Star. Yeah. Like this person knew they had some, ways about them, but they, at this point now, shit, it's about releasing and being aware now, letting go of whatever it was that they know is the reason why something is the way it is. You know what I'm saying? It's accepting, you know what I'm saying? They part in something, you know what I'm saying? Like if you had this person blocked, Nine of Swords, but it's in reverse. Like if you had this person blocked, or they had you in your head a lot of times, about what's going on or what to do, or what to say, you know what I'm saying, or how communication was with you and them, especially if you were walking on eggshells with this person, or just trying to get them the benefit of the doubt package, you know what I'm saying, without making it seem like you complaining or toxic in any way, because you bringing up something that is not in alignment with you. It's very disheartening to know you got to walk away from somebody you really feel like could be a better person. They haven't taken that accountability. They haven't got to that point in their journey, to see that. And sometimes it takes you walking away and leaving that person to their life, you know what I'm saying, and their decisions, to let them see that once you gone, if they think you being around, or your expectations of them, or your desire for them, or your interest in them is the problem, then if they still having the problem with other people and with themselves, then what was really the problem if you gone? You know what I'm saying? If you done excused yourself and excluded yourself out of their life and went on, and they still dealing with some issues that regard you, then shit, who was really the problem if you gone? That whatever they were dealing with or however they were feeling should be a wrap. It should be over. They should be have been able to get back to themselves and back to life, and you know what I'm saying, not have to think about you and hold on to your shit. Anything from you. They should be able to be freely, capable of throwing that shit away. But at this point, they can't, because they know the accountability that they need to take is going to keep being there, and it's going to keep presenting itself to them. But at this point, they know they wish they could have been that person. They know you deserve the happiness you deserve. You deserve somebody faithful. You deserve somebody, rooted in what it is that they know, what I'm saying, they can be, and not somebody that's reckless, you know what I'm saying, with their emotions and how they express themselves. Because some folks, just ain't as mature as others when it comes to expressing their emotions, and ain't nothing more exciting and passionate and loving, and especially in a love situation, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to a lover, even when it comes to your kids, when it comes to them receiving what it is that you're trying to express to them and they get it. That's the best feeling in the world. Not something that they pretended, or something you got to buy them to get them to say I love. No, I'm not talking about that. But when you got somebody or a moment in time where you can go back and say that person did that out of love, and you had to walk away from this person, at a time when you were being the best version of you could be. You may not have had much. They may not have had much, but they knew they were capable of being faithful. They knew that, you were capable of being faithful, trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? You were good with planning. You know what I'm saying? When it came to how you saw things. But I feel like somebody knows, you know what I'm saying, that you were deserving of that, but because they had this negative energy, or this set belief, or this outdated belief or lifestyle with this devil at the bottom of the deck, Capricorn energy, like somebody know they had some ways and outdated beliefs that just was not going to give them a shot with you. Not, the way that you wanted it. But they could be an earth sign. Dealing with an air sign, or they could be an earth sign with air in their chart. Is what I'm getting so far. So far you got fire out here, with the 10 of Wands in reverse, but you got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn out here with the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of the Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. And you got air out here, with the 5 of Swords. Clarify this 5 of Swords. What were they dishonest? Like, clarify this 5 of Swords. Got the 4 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. See what I'm saying? And the 2 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, Libra energy. You see what I'm saying? Like, somebody knows that they, put themselves in a situation where they now, have to be honest, with why they put themselves in a crossroads, you know what I'm saying, in a bind, in a stalemate, when they came to you. Because I feel like somebody, was procrastinating. But this 4 of Wands and this 9 of Cups is giving me like a stable foundation, where somebody, have reached the goal that they feel like, or they, they got that wish that they knew. That somebody at one point did not believe, that they could have it all with one person until that person showed up. They may not have had much, but that was their person. And I feel like you got to invest. I mean, when you open up a bank account for the first time with somebody, you don't just have, millions of dollars to put in that right away. It builds up over time. That interest, it builds up. And the more interest your money has by sitting in there, it's just like that. The more time you spend with that person, the more interest that builds. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way with your money. So if you gonna invest in somebody, you know what I'm saying, what you put into them is what you get back. If you put bullshit into folks and no genuineness, no pureness about yourself, you gonna get that shit back. Whether they intentionally giving it back to you that way or not. But you can't fake a fucking flat tire. You can't give no fake air to a flat tire. You gonna have to put some real air in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't pretend and you know what I'm saying, and recklessly, you know what I'm saying, overlook something that you know you caused. If you know you caused a fucking accident, I mean, if they show it to you on CCTV footage or something like that, traffic cam footage, you can't sit here and say that wasn't you in the car, that was not your vehicle, you weren't driving. Especially when they done made everything factual and pointed everything out to you. It ain't nothing left, to question. Whether you receive it and understand it and accept it or not, it's still facts. And does it, you know what I'm saying? This is like somebody's dishonesty, like somebody, being, somebody know what you wanted and they kept you at a stalemate. Eight of Wands. You got the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck, the Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Four of Pentacles in reverse. I'm telling you, this person now feel like they had you at a stalemate. They want to take some swift action, move fast, make some big changes, and follow their heart now, and release the need to control, the situation or this narrative that they had going that they thought was going to, you know what I'm saying, balance something out and still get them access to you, and it didn't. Eight of Pentacles, like, you ended up ascending. You know what I'm saying? You mastered yourself. Or this is something that, they doing now or have done. But I feel like this is you. Like, there was a lot of, deception, you know what I'm saying, going on, especially if somebody carried on like they really didn't know what they wanted, or they didn't know, you know what I'm saying, who to commit to or something like that. And I feel like somebody had a lot of they, toxic behavior and, ways, still in full mode. Like, somebody was acting in that moment as if they, do with anybody else, possibly from their past. And I feel like this person ran back to people from their past. They returned to problems of their past. The very people in the mindset and ways that they had, they went right back to that because they found it more favorable. They found, more familiarity with that. Instead of being away from something, being with somebody that ain't with that shit no more. Like, you may have had your past about you. You know what I'm saying? But it's not something you want to return to if you don't learn your lesson from it. You ain't missing nothing. If you can return to it, you ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing shit. It's like old school stuff. It's coming back. So if you, running back to the past shit, why? The past always come back around when it's time. You ain't got to run back to it. You ain't got to chase it and look for it. It'll find you. Especially if you got some unfinished business and got some unfinished, things about that time that you didn't learn your lesson from. It will find you again. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to, what I'm saying, man up, woman up, and face whatever, you walking away from when it comes to you healing. Because if you don't, it'll be your trigger, moving forward, and it'll be made to look like your healing is fake. Because you suppressing what you know is triggering you, is bothering you. You know what I'm saying? To the point that it's making you get out of character and making you feel like you need to defend yourself and stuff. Like, you shouldn't have to if you know what it is and what it ain't. It happened, yes, we all have a past. But at this point, this is like somebody knowing they past could have possibly, you know what I'm saying, made them look like they didn't want this. But this is what they wanted. They wanted this. They wanted this. They know you wanted this. But the chances of them getting this with a person that want this with them as much as you did, shit, slim to none. Slim to none. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, slim to fucking none. Like, this person sees you as wish fulfillment. They seen you as like a blessing, like a wish come true. You know what I'm saying? Success. And I feel like somebody, may have been involved with somebody. I don't know if that person, was genuine, about that, or this person, was being, dishonest and deceptive, you know what I'm saying, when it came to a family situation, you know what I'm saying, and them wanting something, wanting to be married, wanting, to build a life, you know what I'm saying, with somebody and have, a family and things like that, with his 4 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. Because I feel like somebody know deep down they seen they self with you. It's just they couldn't bring they self to accept the fact that this is what they wanted. I feel like somebody prayed for this or they imagined this in their own mind, but the minute it presented itself, you were gone. Like they didn't see something, as they wish, or how somebody don't know that they wrote something down or they mentioned something. Be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. That's what I'm getting with that. I drop everything if you did. Clarify. I drop everything if you did. You did what? Telling you. Knight of Swords person would drop every damn thing and be the man on this horse with this damn sword coming towards you to say, hey, I'm determined. I want this. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the damn deck. Because they know, they see a stable, foundation with you. They see you as, telling you got the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, the 6 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups. Like somebody sees this stability, you know what I'm saying, this balance, you know what I'm saying, with you, this harmony, this equal give and take with you. You know what I'm saying, to have what they didn't think was possible. They didn't think, how some folks will feel like, I can have 5 or 6 different people, that I mess around with that match up to what I get in, and feel with one person. And some people have to, balance and juggle, a lot of different people in their life to get and experience certain things, with certain people or certain things that they feel like they need or they desire. And they end up having 3 or 4 different people that they get involved with, or have 3 or 4 different jobs trying to figure out, which one they really want to do. But because they work 3 or 4 different jobs, outside of, what I'm saying, what it is they really want to do. And you can have people that got 3 or 4 different, streams of income. And you ask them, what is it you really want to do? That one thing you really want to do that brings you, utter joy, like, period. That you could just do regardless of what it may, what may come or go, what may, what I'm saying, today or tomorrow may bring you could see yourself doing this out of what you're doing now, or just period. They couldn't tell you, like some folks is working jobs, sometimes you work jobs up until you in your late 30s that you didn't even really want to have, what I'm saying, but you got to pay bills, you got to be, what I'm saying, you adulting around here, what I'm saying, you on your grown shit right here. So you gotta, have some type of income if you're gonna provide for yourself. For sure. But sometimes some people not doing their dream job until they up in age. Some people are much younger when they come into their dream job. And then when they get to dealing with certain people in their dream job, they realize I need to, see what else it is out there for me. I need to go explore Page of Wands. I need to go see what else is out there and what else it is I really enjoy. So I don't narrow it down to just one thing and then have to deal with, the world and things evolving and changing. You know what I'm saying? And me not, possibly being in an environment with this job that is allowing me to, enjoy it. And sometimes, it happens. But at this point, this is somebody that feel as though like if you get them, if they knew that you would be open to them, if your heart was open to them again, they would drop everything and go towards you to have this 10 of Pentacles, this 6 of Pentacles, give you this equal give and take, and have this happily ever after with you with this 10 of Cups. What's the Knight of Swords? I drop everything if you did. I drop everything if you did. If I the Knight of Swords, I drop everything if you did. Yeah. Got the Hierophant. What's the Hierophant? Yeah, the Chariot. They'll drop everything if you did. But they had this is somebody that deal with a lot of outside influences. They may deal with certain people, that see something one way. They may, be a follower. You know what I'm saying? They may be dealing with people that, don't really have a whole lot of they don't really, listen. And they could be, like I said, they could be dealing with somebody that, is has a one track mind. Or they may be following a crowd of people now, you know what I'm saying, and just going with the flow of things. But with this chariot out here, this is somebody that knows, they ain't gonna have to deal with the punches and roll with the punches, as they say, if they're gonna come towards you. Because right now, this is somebody that knows, they see you as somebody, or they know that in a community of people, you could have a lot of people following you. They could know that you have a lot of people that got eyes on you. You got a lot of eyes on you. What this person is sad. You know what I'm saying? And they could be doing some self-reflecting, but it's like somebody's at the bottom of the wheel. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, even with the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. You got the Sun at the bottom of the deck with the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. But this is somebody that knows moving forward they're going to have to deal with those, they inner, you know what I'm saying, and the conflict that may come with them moving towards you, going, moving forward with you, and the shit they're going to have to hear, the people they're going to have to deal with, the things they get, they know you going to hear, the rumors, you know what I'm saying, the choices they made, the people they may run into and cross paths with when they holding hands, or when they bring your name up, or that people see you, especially if they know these people know of you, and they see you with this person. Now they like, oh, ain't that the person? Oh, you with that person? I thought you said such and such about them. Didn't they walk away from you, or didn't you do them like this or that? Man, how you end up back with them? I thought you didn't like them like that. I thought you know what I'm saying, was out here, big pimping and spending cheese, and you know what I'm saying? It's like that. Because it's a lot of people that may have, they may have been a follower. You know what I'm saying? They may have been one of the people that was following the crowd and, listening to outside people, you know what I'm saying, doing what they thought other people was going to respond to, and, recognize them for and shit like that, getting, likes and shit like that may have been more important. But they're going to have to deal with that chariot. They're going to have to deal with that. Especially, like I said, they at this point in time, it's like somebody know that they caused a lot of sadness. They dealing with it now themselves. But with this chariot out here, with this Hierophant, yeah. You got water out here now with this Nine of Cups in the chariot. But somebody knows they're going to have to roll with the punches. Like, they're going to have to deal with the things they know they go hear from other people, outside influences, people that they may have thought, at once. I feel like somebody had people around. They were around people that they know they could have made better choices, but they were more probably focused on thinking that, oh, if I make this choice, they're going to talk shit about me. They're going to call me soft. They're going to say you know what I'm saying? They're going to say I'm whooped in some more shit, or I'm, wood whooped. You know what I'm saying? But either way, they're going to have to deal with that moving forward, and they know they're going to have to deal with the things that they know is going to have to be in place when they come towards you to be consistent. Page of Pentacles. Like, they're going to have to be somebody that is not like that to get you back. They're going to have to be the person they need to be to keep you. It's so important to get a person back, but what you going to do to keep them? You may want a better person in your life, but what are you going to do to show them that it's worth their time? Because it's something you're going to have to do on a daily basis, even when temptation is knocking at your damn door, your windshield, and some more shit. Clarify this Hierophant. I drop everything if you did. Clarify this Hierophant. Because this person, may be entertaining, people outside of, who they are aligned with and things like that. But this Chariot is telling me that this person is ready to move forward. You know what I'm saying? And deal with them things that they know they should have been dealing with, and facing about themselves when it came to dealing with you, when it came to their actions and how they saw things and how they let other people, maybe influence them, to entertain the behavior that they were dishing out in the first place instead of them looking at something, on a fair plane, a balanced, plane. You know what I'm saying? Being responsible, being mature. What's the Hierophant? Clarify the Hierophant and we're going to close out. What's the Hierophant? Clarify the Hierophant. What's the Hierophant, Holy Spirit? What's the Hierophant? You got the King of Pentacles that came out. They wanted to come out in reverse. So let's just say I take it in reverse. This is somebody that, felt like they, had that obsessed with their wealth or their status, at one point. Like somebody may have been looking at how the way they carried themselves or the things that they were showing up, looking like and having may have caused them to have people, to flock to them and want to be around them and shit like that. And even if it's in the upright, it's like somebody basically, saying, I do have what it takes, but it's like somebody may have also, looking at the fact that they know they somebody that you can call on deep down. This is somebody that knows that if you needed them, if it was something that they felt like they could have did to help or something like that, especially people they really care about, they would do it. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, this person, may have failed theyself, in a situation. Because now you got the Knight of Cups in reverse. Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Six of Swords in reverse. So like I said, this person definitely at one time, was being a follower. They were fixing their ways. They may have listened to outside people or somebody that they thought, had their best interest at heart, but they didn't. They didn't. You know what I'm saying? And if they may have taken some bad advice and ended up with somebody or dealing with people that, was really giving them a run for their damn money. But, having more don't necessarily mean that that's better. Don't, you know what I'm saying? If somebody put quantity over quality, they, they feeling it now. They feeling it now because it's showing that they was not using, their ambition. You know what I'm saying? They intuition, to get something done. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here, y'all. I gotta go. But listen, hopefully the message resonates with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. The top of my makeshift deck. I'll show you the card that's sitting on the top. So whoever this is, there's somebody in your energy that don't want to let go. They feel like they have what they need. They know what they need to do. They know what they're gonna be faced with. They prepared to do that if you, gave them the opportunity. If I can't have you, nobody else will do. Divine Feminine. But I'm gonna end it here, you guys. Gotta go, gotta go. Hit that like, that subscribe on your way out. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you guys. Make sure you come back for my next reading. For those of you that are new, make sure you hit that subscribe and like on your way out. Hopefully the message resonates and or is helpful in some way. Until next time, those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.